Jono, how you going, brother?
Hey, Bernie, good mate. How are you?
Good, mate. You have a good week?
Yeah, absolutely. Always do. How could you not have a good week after the weekend?
Did you happen to catch the game?
I may have happened to have caught the game on Saturday night amidst
Yeah.
several beverages. Yes.
It's always good to get a win up, but it's even better to get a win up over Melbourne. I think after the whole 2009, where they absolutely just fucked us, to be honest. But it's always good to get a win up over that stinking pile of shit of a team.
I went in Melbourne over Melbourne, mate. Made those beers taste an awful lot sweeter by the end.
Yeah. All right, we'll get into the game shortly, but we'll go through the team list. Team list has dropped, so team list Tuesday, of course. We'll have a quick look through the team, and at number 1 we have Clinton Gutherson, the King. 2, Wonga Blake. 3, Will Penasini. 4 is Tom Opacek. 5 is Bailey Simonson. 6 for Dillbags Brown. 7 is Mitch Moses. 8, we've got Regan Campbell-Gillard. 9, Reed Show Me the Money. 10, Junior Paulo. 11 is Sean Charge Down Lane. 12 is Isaiah the Iceman Papali. 13 in the lock position, Nathan Brown. Is that his first time starting? I think it's, or did he start in 13 last week? I can't remember. Either way, 14, we go to the interchange. 14 is Makaheshi Makatoa. 15 is Ryan Madison is back after he's back after his injury. It's a good sign. 16, your man, Bryce Cartwright. And 17 is Oregon Kofusi. And that, my friend, is the team list. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, strong. I mean, as strong as we could have it. Yeah, Brownie started last week, I believe.
Yeah, he did. I wasn't sure if he started or not. Yeah.
I believe he did. Good to see Cartwright on the bench. Hopefully he stays there this time.
Yeah. Well, this is what we were saying last time. Like last time he was on the bench and then got taken off. But the way BA's been playing the 16-man squad, he could literally be on the bench and just sit there for the entire game and not get any game time, which he did again this week with my man, the big Greg the Stop Sign, Wiramu Greg.
Just sat in there. I couldn't believe it. I thought we were past this.
I thought we were too. And in all honesty, with the amount of power that guy has, surely you bring him on for a 10-minute like run at the start of the game. If you're worried about having him on for the last 10 minutes, bring him on at the 20-minute mark, with the game still in the balance. Just throw him in there, get some young, fresh legs, give him some experience. And not only that, I'm honestly concerned he's going to burn out RCG and Junior the way he is he's not given them the rotation that they need.
It's not like it was Jake Arthur. Like this was a middle forward.
Yeah, exactly.
All you have to he's got the simple job. Take the ball up, bash some people, give him 10 minutes before halftime, 10 minutes after halftime, give him the Junior Polo shift, Just let him run and cause havoc for 20 minutes. Like, what's he so worried about? Why didn't he pull the trigger?
I have no idea. And it's doing my head in because, Nelson was running amok a bit. Like, he was getting stuck in. Like, it would have been great to just stick Wiramu in and just say, just target Nelson, just stick him on his ass, just go in as hard as you can for 10 minutes, and dude.
Nothing. It's like, go out and help Makamaka. Like, Makamaka's getting in Nasser's face, Just get out there and, he was out there. Why couldn't Wiramu do the same thing? Like, why? It's the second week in a row we've named 17 players and only used 16. Like, maybe another coach.
Well, I don't know. Is anyone else doing it? Like, I haven't done the research. I just assume they're not. I assume that most coaches are running 17. I'm going to go and have a look because I've never seen it before. Like, BA's the only one who does it, and he has a habit of bringing players on and running them for 1 or 2 minutes, which is probably worse than just sitting him on the bench, because then we can't draw attention to the fact that he, didn't use up all of his interchanges.
Yeah.
This is just madness.
Wayne Bennett did it at the Rabbitohs, and Channel 9 made a point of it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like every time Wayne did it, they'd make a point of it. Oh, he didn't use all his bench. It's been 2 weeks in a row. No one's made a point of it to Brad.
Yeah.
Why aren't you using all 17 players?
Yeah.
I don't.
Is it 2 weeks in a row, or is it 3 weeks in a row? I think it's 3 weeks in a row, isn't it? Did he use?
Actually, yeah, it might have been.
It might be 3. I'll have to go back. The old brain's not too good at that one. Either way, as you said, Macca had his hands full with Nelson. He was getting stuck in. He could have absolutely used a bit of help with that mountain of a dickhead. Like, he could have. But not only that, you've got Wiremu now sat out the game. He didn't get any miles into his legs. He didn't get any experience. So what do you just?
And he's dropped.
Yes, and he's dropped.
Scored this week.
Yes, so he obviously didn't sit on the bench correctly because he had a horrible game. He went missing. We didn't see him all game. It was like he was almost there. So I think there was a good decision to drop him because he didn't make much of an impression off the bench. So
Brad Arthur's gone out there. Brad Arthur's gone out there with the thermometer after the game and put it on the seat and realised the bench wasn't warm enough, and he's very disappointed in.
He's very disappointed. He did not put in a good performance. Wiremu Greg, so rightfully dropped this week, and back to reserves he goes.
Wow.
What would he be thinking?
Wow.
What would he be thinking? Like, once again, what's the plan? Why have him there? Is it just in case we lose a forward? Is that we lost Bailey? Bailey came off, so we did lose a player. So surely that makes the plan. You've got to run the 17th man because we're down an interchange player. I mean,
yeah, I'm at a loss. Like, just run him out there for whatever. He can play prop, he can play lock or second row. Just
like
put him
I said,
in a
mate,
man position and run.
give him 10 minutes, for fuck's sake. Like, if you're scared that he's going to cost us the game. I mean, there was plenty of drop balls out there. There was plenty of mistakes. There was plenty of missed tackles. You throw the young kid out there and just go, give me 10 minutes. I mean,
that's
why not?
All he needed.
Why not?
That's all he needed. That's all. Yeah. Why is no one calling Brad out on this?
No one asking him.
No one.
I think they mentioned it in the commentary.
I
think they mentioned it in the commentary. So it might become a thing now, hopefully. But as we were saying with Bryce, if no one gets injured, is Bryce just going to sit on the bench for the entire 80 minutes and not going to run?
Remember last year where Bryce played 9 minutes at the end?
Yeah,
and we made a song and dance about that.
And when we had Stefano as well on his debut, and he played him for 90 seconds. Yes.
Oh, yeah, not even that.
Yeah, I think it was 90 seconds. So it was like he got on and he did one hit up and what? Scratching my head, man. Like, all right, let's get away from the negatives because there was plenty of positives for the game on the weekend. So let's go to the man of the moment, Ray Stone, who we have been talking up a long time. We did give him a rap across the knuckles last week for his stupid cannonball tackle, which was stupid, and he did line someone up to do it again this week. I thought he's going in, but he managed to resist temptation. First try he scored, he went up for the ball. I've never seen him jump before. He jumped up for a ball. He manages to ping pong the ball off Nelson's face, get the ball back and score a try. I mean, it was brilliant, you know.
Proper big man try. It was with a touch of absolute luck.
Yep, absolute luck. Ping pong off Nelson's face under the post. And his try in Golden Point. I mean, first of all, I think most people thought, including myself, he's got to be offside. There was no one else there, no one near him. He was all by himself. I was just like, he's got to be offside. Why would he be by himself? He timed it well, and he was fresh. He had the fresh legs off the bench, And the step he put on literally snapped his knee. He put a massive step on.
Yeah.
Scored the points.
Yeah.
That's him done for the Eels. Very sad, but also what a way to go. And I have to say, when he makes a return to Parramatta Stadium playing for the Dolphins, if he doesn't get a standing ovation, then I don't know, Parramatta fans, because I guarantee you when he turns up, we'll all remember the sacrifice he made. And he just put it all out there, and he wanted that win so bad. The heart that guy showed was incredible.
He went out like a warrior on his shield, didn't he? I thought he was offside. I thought he was faking a knee injury because he knew he was offside. You know how like when centers and wingers go over and they know they've dropped the ball and they're like, oh, my ribs.
My ribs.
Suddenly I'm really slow to get off the ground.
Something illegal has happened to me.
I know I fucked this up.
Yeah.
I sort of thought that's what Ray was doing, but kudos to the grit and the determination of the man.
Yeah.
Whether he knew at the time or not, if he was onside, he was the only Eels player that chased that ball.
And I don't even think he was going, like, there's no way he could have known it was going to ricochet. I think he was going to tackle the player who was going to catch the ball, because he's like, this field goal is not going over the dead ball. They're going to get it and run it out. I don't know who it was standing under. Was it
Pappenhausen was under it.
I don't think it was.
Pappenhausen.
Oh, I think he had headgear on. That's why I thought it was Jerome.
I might have been.
The Pappenhausen went for the charge down. He went for the charge down on Moses. So it was someone else. It might have been Remus. I don't know. Anyway, either way, he was going down to make the tackle. The ball just popped up into his arms. I mean, you make your own luck, don't you? I mean, he had 2 opportunistic tries, but he was there for it. And he was tackling well and he was playing well. He's going to be, it's going to be sad to see him go, to be honest with you. I quite like Ray.
It was sad to see him go when he signed with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The fact that his last year with us has only lasted 3 games.
I know.
Is heartbreaking in a lot more ways than just losing a good player. Because we lost a competitor who cuts people in half in defense.
Yes.
And 83 minutes into a game, 83 minutes into an 80-minute game.
Yeah, I know.
He's the only player in blue and gold chasing that ball. And he scores it and he wins it. And that's his heroic final effort as a Parramatta Eel. Yeah. And I hope it's not forgotten. I hope next year the fans remember him for what he did. And
I reckon 100% he's going to get a standing ovation when he runs out as a Dolphin to, Parramatta Stadium. I call it Parramatta Stadium. Once again, I refuse to acknowledge all the banks that are associating themselves with that, with our home ground, which we've basically lost our home ground now because all these other teams are now laying claim to it as their, secondary home ground. The Panthers are going to be using it as their home ground for the next 3 years, I think, as they rebuild. What are they? Their Blue Ball Stadium? Is it
Blue Ball Stadium?
Blue Ball Stadium. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off topic a bit there, but I met Ray and his. I met his kid. Well, didn't his kid? He had his kid with him. Just a bub. You're a lovely fella, really lovely, softly spoken fella, and you see him go on the field and then just absolutely tear people in half. And you talk to him off the field, and he's so softly spoken and quite humble, and I don't like letting go of these people. I mean, these are the kind of people you want playing for your team. These are the type of people you want representing your side. And you know
who saw that? Master Coach Wayne Bennett.
Yes, there's no mistake in
that. If that's not the caliber of the man, of the player he is, that Wayne Bennett wants him.
Wayne saw him and went, you know what? I'm going to get this kid cheap. I'm going to get a totally dedicated, cheap player who I can turn into a superstar who cuts people in half. I mean, he's, Wayne knows what he's doing. That's how he built
the Broncos.
It really is.
That's how he built the Broncos, He's basically starting another Broncos at the Dolphins. So
yeah.
And what a good starting point.
It's going to be weird when the Dolphins kick off because I want them to do well. Like, I'm going to support them when they play any other team other than us, obviously. I think it's going to be good to have a new team. I always like it when we get a new team in. I know that you jumped on board with the Titans, being a Queenslander. They're a good
Yeah.
team to support too. So it'll be good when the Dolphins come around. But I thought that now once again with Sean Lane, he looked exhausted. Like why he wasn't given a 10-minute break. You bring Wermu on, give Sean a bloody break. Now, Pappenhausen and Jerome just ran right through him at the end there. They ran right past him, scored the try, almost stole the game. To his credit, he somehow managed to get the charge down on Pappenhausen's
They kept
kick.
us in the game.
We were gone. It was going through. And
we were fucked.
He was going 5 kilometers an hour, if that. He was so slow. But that's all he had in the tank. And he got there, and he got his giant bloody, giraffe neck up in the air, and he put his hand up, knocked the ball down.
I had my mates here. I had my housemate and my mate Nathan and Ant-Man. We're all watching the game, and they all said the same thing. Like, that's the slowest charge down I've ever seen.
Slowest. I've never seen a slower.
But he got there.
He got there somehow.
And you know what? He was the one that single-handedly beat the Storm for us last year in the rain.
Yes. Yeah,
it might have been the second game.
Yeah.
There's something about him in the Storm, man. He just
I think it was the first game.
Man.
Yeah. He's a great player, but he's not being managed well, I don't think. Like he's not an 80-minute player. He just looked exhausted, and he cost us a try, I think, by missing that tackle, but it's Pappenhausen. He can run past the best of them. He's bloody lightning quick. But it's just unfair that he is left on for so long when he's obviously fatiguing. He's just too big. He can't get any fitter. He's fit. It's not like he's not fit.
Yeah.
He can't get any fitter. I don't know. But
he's maxed out his potential. Like, players can only go to a point, right?
Yeah.
I think Sean's a 60-minute player at best.
Yeah. Exactly.
He needs a break. Did he play 80? Did he play the whole 80?
He played 83 minutes or whatever. Yeah. He didn't come off.
Oh, man. He's just not cut out for that.
No, it was too much. And like I said at the end, he did cost us a try. Speaking of costing us a try, we're going to go with the ups and downs of the fill-in winger, the great man. I love him. I think he's fantastic. Wonga. I think that Wonga is filling in. He's doing his best. He was found out with the floating bomb. The floating bomb was a nightmare to catch at the best of times for the most skilled of wingers. He dropped the first one, lost confidence, dropped the second one, and I think he spilled the third one as well, but we got away with it. It went backwards. But he could have cost us the game. But let's talk about his try where he absolutely bulldozed through Pappenhausen. He just gave it. He was not going to be denied.
No, he gave us the Marcus Evo, James Tedesco flashback.
It was, wasn't it? It was Mark II.
They just murdered him, sat him on his ass.
Yep.
And that's that's the good side of Wonga Blake as a winger. The power.
Yep. And
the power.
And old Pappenhausen, old footloose, Kevin Bacon. the hair went flying. And it's so unfortunate that Wonga dropped those 2 bombs, because if he had taken them, he had a 10 out of 10 game. He dropped they were hard. They were those stupid bloody floating, spiraling things. If he just spends a bit of time under those this week at practice, he'll get better at that. And I'm quite confident with him on winger. Like I think he does a really good job. And once again, he's filling in. Let's not forget he's playing in a position he's not familiar with. So, and most of the comments online have been forgiving of him. But if we had lost, he would have got torn apart, I think. So
if he had dropped a bomb in Golden Point that gave him a try, he would not find it so forgiving.
No.
But yeah, you're right. No one at the best of time wants to be under those dropping float bombs.
They're horrible.
They're terrible. They're terrible. Nathan Cleary is really good at them.
Yes, he's probably the best at them at the moment.
Matt Burton's very good at them too, I noticed.
He obviously learnt while he was there. So
absolutely. So no one in their right mind wants to be under one of those with 30,000 people and the entire of Australia watching on TV. But he's going to have to. He's going to have to adapt.
He is.
All he can do now is adapt because Mike Acevo is not back until after Magic Round.
Yeah.
God knows when he's back. Probably mid-July, maybe.
Is there any word on Sean Russell when he's coming back? Is there any update on his injury? Obviously, he broke ribs and punctured it, but
I think Sivo and Sean Russell are probably due back around the same time.
Yeah, I think you're right. And
so flip a coin as to who you bring back first.
Yeah. Let's talk about Dillbag's game of the year so far.
Man of the match.
Oh my god.
Man of the match.
Oh, he didn't get all the he didn't get the Dally M points. Pappenhausen got the 3 Dally M.
What a joke.
Pappenhausen got 3 Dally M points and Dillbag's got 2. Yeah, I agree. It's
joke.
It was his best game, and I worry about him because I know that he's outright said that he's in it for the money. And we have to keep feeding him the money to keep him in the team. Whatever.
That's going to run out soon. He's probably at his ceiling.
The problem is, I get the feeling when he plays these big teams, like with Bellyache watching, it's almost like he wants to have a blinder so that they'll go, okay, let's get him, down to Storm. Let's offer him a shit ton of money. I always get that feeling with him. Yeah.
Of course it is.
So he seems to play better against the big teams in the big moments. And he has always torn Melbourne up, and defensively, he's been running them down. And I'd like to see him play this well against St. George this week, because he could put on an absolute show this week. And of course, you're coming down all the way from Mackay up in Queensland where you live. You're coming down, and it's your first time ever. Well, I'll say Bankwest Stadium. It's your first time there. I won't say it's your first time at Parramatta Stadium because that's not true. You've been down several times. But this is your first time at the new stadium, and it's going to be up against the Dragons, who aren't looking very good at the moment, it has to be said. They had a shit game on the weekend.
Yeah, I'm nervous though.
Always nervous. Always. Well, they beat us last year. They started our downfall last year.
The Dragons are going to have a fire under them.
Yes, they will.
Because they played like shit.
Yeah.
And Parramatta are real good at taking their foot off the gas after a big game.
Very much so. It was a grand final style game for us. It was like winning a grand final. And we could very much just come out very complacent and get rolled by the St. George team. I think we're obviously, on paper, we're a much better team, but they've got a lot more... I don't know. They didn't show much last weekend. They are dangerous.
They've got Sloan. They've got Ravalawa. They've got Ben Hunt.
Ben Hunt's playing quite well. I think Moses Mbai's playing well at the Dragons as well. Jack Bird playing well. Tarek Sims is always dangerous. Jack the Bell End. I don't know. Zach Lomax. He's always 50-50. I don't know.
He's up and down.
Yeah, so
he's their new golden boy at the Dragons, Sloan.
Yeah, he
the
is,
boy
isn't
from
he?
Wollongong. So
Sloan and Ravalawa.
We can't sleep on them. That I've got, but we're so good at just getting complacent after big games.
Yeah, very much so.
I think this game could, for all intents and purposes, be a blowout to us if we play to our potential.
Yeah.
But why do I get the feeling it's not going to be? Why do I get the feeling we're going to be having heart palpitations in the stands for 80 minutes?
I know.
It's just got that feel about it, doesn't it?
It does. It's always a worry. And I'm currently in COVID lockdown because the missus has COVID. So I don't know if I'm coming with you. It's been a few years since we've watched a game together, and Barry's coming down as well. Barry's old man. You haven't met him before, have you, old Georgie boy?
No. So, this will be experience.
George is a hardcore St. George supporter. He's whole lot. Yeah. So, but he'll give out plenty. You do not want to be around Georgie boy if we lose this game. So hopefully I'm all cleared and we can get to the game together. Unfortunately,
I hope so, brother.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we won't be watching the women play in the semi-final this weekend. They did get knocked out against the Broncos. What do you think of that game, mate? Did you get a chance to see it?
Yeah, I got to see the shortened version. Unfortunate. I mean, we had so many injuries by the end of that game.
We had a big one.
Undeserving Yeah, Bovetti Welsh.
Bovetti is gone.
knee,
Yeah. Now
which also rules her out of the new comp.
That's what I was worried about, because the new comp starts in about 2 months, doesn't it? So if she's done a season-ending injury to her knee, that's her out for the year. Yeah, she's not playing for the whole of the 2022 comp. So that's a big blow. It's a massive blow.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't be a one-woman team. We've got to like spread it out, but we obviously play a lot better when she's in the side. So it's hopefully, I haven't seen an update on her injury. Have you seen, has she been ruled out for the season?
It's a full ACL. Yeah.
Really?
9 months.
So she's out for the tour. So basically the comp starts again, and they have their grand final day on the men's grand final day again, their 2022 season. So she's ruled out. Oh shit. Okay. That's not good.
So we're gonna have to do it with Studdard and whoever they're gonna put at fullback. We're just gonna have to. Yeah. You know what? But at least the girls have experience now.
Got a bit of experience. I think also up against the Broncos, obviously the powerhouse in the women's competition. If you're going to lose, you know, you might as well lose to them. But it would have been good to get into the semi-finals. I mean, we just had to keep them to 16-point deficit, and unable to do that. They just ran over the top of us, especially since when Bo went down. So, but I really enjoyed their season.
It was, the women's season was great. Like, I've enjoyed every. And I'll probably still watch the finals and the grand final, obviously, but
I'll watch highlights of the semis, but I'll watch the grand final. It's because I don't know any of the others really. I mean, I know some of them when they played us, but you know, it's I'll watch the grand final and the new season. We'll kick off and see how we go.
Yeah. It's good to just have a new crop of players to get behind, you know, a whole new team.
Yeah,
it's been a learning process for us.
Yeah,
you know, we only got 5 weeks with the girls, but now we're going to get another 5 weeks. At least we'll be a little bit more familiar with the Studdens and the Panatanis and the Charringtons and the baby powder, as you call it.
Baby powder, Johnson and Johnson's baby powder. Yeah, she was brilliant. Oh, she was like was a man of the match. Man of the match. Is it a woman of the match? Was a woman of the match performance in a losing side. I thought she was our best player. She was all over the place, and she's quite a big girl. I don't know if you're allowed to say that. She's quite a big girl, but she's very fit. Like, she does not seem to be falling behind at all. And when she did that breakaway run, she was off. You know, she got high speed over 20 meters and good ticker too, good heart on her.
She's powerful. She's real powerful. I like her. Yeah, I like her a lot. Yeah,
probably my favorite at the moment, I think. So you can just see football players, you know what I mean? Like, she's a football player. She just loves it. You can see it in her. You know, she just wants to, you know, hurt people, which is fantastic.
Love it.
Thoughts on Gutherson's game progression? I mean, I think he played better this week than he did the last few weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, he was there for the first try, I believe he scored. His defense was phenomenal. I think he saved about 3 tries.
He did. I think he got up. Did he get up to 100 in Supercoach? I think he did, which is always a good indicator. I think he got up to 100.
I hope so. He's my captain.
I had Payne in the Haas. Payne in the Haas was my captain, and he did not play quite well.
Bad week to have any Broncos in your Supercoach team.
I know, and I had I've got Nico at my as my halfback as well, and I didn't captain him. I got to learn how to loop like all the other cheating fuckers do, and I got beaten because someone looped Nico, but I'll learn how to do it. It's all good. The Supercoach is pretty good fun. Will Penasini, I think I kind of like his progression. He's not starring as much as he did last year. And I think he's started to get into the grind, you know, in that center position.
Yeah.
So I like his progression, and the expectations on him aren't too high. Not expecting him to go and win us any games, but he's been very solid. And I think
he was never going to come out and be a Michael Jennings off the bat, was he? I mean,
no, it takes time to become a Michael Jennings, and
I think he's embracing the grind of a full season now as well.
Yes, like, very much.
He's got to get through 24 games now, not just 6 or 7, however many he had last year.
Not just come on and impress and try and, solidify yourself in the team. He's already in the team. Now he's got to, do the journey. And I think Tom Opacek was good, scored a try. I think he's solid as always. He's middle of the road kind of impact player, but
he is. He is. I mean,
Regan Campbell-Gillard, geez, is a beast. Just love having him in the team. He's just week in, week out. Big motor.
It just doesn't
hits
stop.
Hard. A big fan of his. Got to talk about Reed Marnie, his decision. 5 minutes to go, and instead of giving it to Mitch for the field goal, he decides to spin it wide.
Very, very not happy with that decision at all.
And BA wasn't happy either.
I blew up on Messenger, and I'm glad BA called him out on it too, because what team sets for a field goal with 3 minutes to go and then spins it left?
So
dumb.
Mitch was right in front. We were only 10 meters out. It was a gimme for Mitch. I mean,
that was the game.
And we span it wide to Sean. And so
we spin it wide to Sean, he bats it forward, and then we go to Golden Point, and now we've lost Ray Stone.
Yeah.
But then imagine if we kicked the field goal and didn't go to Golden Point. Ray Stone would be on the bench this week.
Yep, hindsight's a bitch, but you're dead right.
It's buts and maybes, obviously, but
you're dead right. I mean, it is dead right. I mean, the team would have been better off spin it out to Mitch. Mitch can, field goal. And
we win 25-24. Even if they screw at the end, we win 25-24.
Exactly.
We win 25-18. And we don't need to play the extra 3 minutes, and we don't lose Ray Stone, but it's all lessons learnt now.
Yeah, but look, Reed is still young. I mean, I think is he 22? He's around about that age, I think, 22, 23.
He's still a kid.
He's still a kid. He's got to learn his game management. And what I'm getting at, I guess, is I don't know if he's going to learn it in a year, and we've only got him for a year. And I can't see us bringing anyone through to replace him. Mitch Rain's not getting in. I think Mitch Rain is a perfect fill-in. So if Reed goes down, I think Mitch Rain is a great player to have to throw in there. We've got Josh has done his knee for Canberra, so he's not playing for them. He's going to be our starting hooker next year without playing a year, and he's got dodgy knees. And what are we thinking?
Yeah, I mean, and look, he's already fucking past it. Yeah. It's not 2019 anymore. It's not 2019 Josh Hodgson.
No.
And now he's done his knee.
And now he's done his knee.
And that's the guy we're replacing Reed Marnie with?
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, hopefully we put out the feelers for, there's a couple of good youngsters out there. I can't see anyone in reserves. Like Mitch is playing that position. Mitch Rain is playing that position. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
If Mitch Rain's our starting hooker, I mean, yuck.
He's past
nothing
the
against
two.
Mitch.
No, he's past his best. Mitch, he's a good fill-in player. I mean,
he's not young. He's not super quick, and he doesn't have Reed's kicking game.
No, he has good delivery, and that's about it.
He will give you good service, but
good service. Yeah, he hasn't got the defense. No, and he hasn't got the defense. He's quite good at defense, but he hasn't got Reed's high level of defense. So, and
he will pass the ball to the halves on the full, and that's all you're going to get from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's losing a lot of dynamic attack.
Yeah, very much
in losing Reed.
Yeah.
So.
All right, mate. Well, we might leave it there. We've had a good run through the team and the game. I thought game of the year, obviously, but it's just it's one of the best games ever. It was just one of those fantastic games that you could just in 10 years' time when they put that game on TV, you just sit down and go, I'm going to watch this because I remember it's a cracker. Yeah. So we'll be watching it on replay for the rest of our lives, really, to be honest. It was so good.
It was brilliant.
And Ray Stone, unfortunately, no longer an Eel, but he'll be an Eel forever. And
that moment will be immortalized for him as an Eel.
Really will be.
So what was Ray Stone's final act as an Eel?
Yeah.
Hey, man, beating Melbourne in Melbourne.
Yep, you can't get any better than that. No better than that.
That's a hell of a way to go out on your shield, man.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, we'll leave it there. So you're coming down on Saturday. We'll get together and watch a few games on TV and have a few bevies and get ready for the Sunday game. It should be a good one, as long as I'm not still in lockdown. And
you won't be. You won't be. Positive thinking, mate.
I'll be right, mate. I think if you drink enough rum, it kills off COVID. It's a new theory that I'm testing. We'll put it into practice on the weekend, mate.
That's it.
Yeah, we'll be. Not that I have it, but not yet. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, buddy. We're on. We'll be fine.
I'll see you on the weekend, brother.
I'll see you on the weekend, my guy.